Okay, real quick, I'm gonna make a little video short. So I just want to touch on this right quick because in this day and time where we at, we just gotta make it make sense. That's how we gonna get back to or regain our lost estate, right? We gotta make it make sense. We gotta stop blindly following things that don't make sense to us and have allowing others to just tell us that's what it is and we just take it for face. So I want to touch on the subject. I'm gonna drop some more jury on a little later, but it's referring to the supposed war in heaven, where they say there was a war in heaven, and the great deceiver, the damn, what do they call it, the morning star. He had an issue, whatever his issue was, but he had an issue, and it caused some great conflict up in heaven, where the creator, the one creator of all things, reside. And thank you. It says there was a battle, and there was a battle, and the devil was cast from heaven, and woe unto humanity for the devil has been cast down to earth to cause great tribulation or whatever. But quickly just stating that was not a literal anything. It's impossible. Let me repeat. Impossible for that type of reality to manifest itself anywhere outside of third, fourth, very bottom, lower, fifth dimensional realities. Anything beyond that, it is impossible because those energies cannot exist in those light frequency realities. That's why it's a lot that's going on right now with this planet and all the light that's being bombarded on the earth right now to remove those low vibrational energies that cannot withstand light. So real quick, the story was about the story. It was an allegory. It was esoterical. It was figurative. It was talking about the conflict of consciousness and us forgetting who, what, and why we are. That's it. That's pretty much it. And it only takes a very, very little amount of research to understand and figure this fun fact out yourself. So it's time to wake up. No more time to be sheep. Learn about chakras. I'm going to start putting some videos out about spirituality for beginners. Spirituality for beginners. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to touch on some things for those that feel like they may be interested in getting closer to the creator, but don't exactly understand the process because obviously it's not these houses that's already established, because if that was the case, we would have been had heaven on earth, but we got hell on earth. Like attracts like. So that fable about the devil being cast from literal heaven and having a conflict with literal heaven, with literal angels and literal God, and no, impossible. It doesn't work like that. And we have been some special type of I hope no one is offended, but I mean it is what it is. I gotta call it what it is. We have been some special type of fools to give so much power and authority to those who miseducate, mislead, and misdirect us for their own personal gain, not for our growth and development. So once again, I just want y'all to do y'all due diligence. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start small because I got some jewelry, but I'm trying to I'm gonna build up a little flow, try to give a little background, touch on some little tidbits, and see if I can get this thing going. But the bottom line is the war in heaven and the fall is talking about consciousness. And what do you mean it's talking about consciousness? Because consciousness consciousness has levels, right? It has levels from first dimensional beings to second dimensional beings to third dimensional beings to fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. You go up. There's levels of consciousness and awareness attached to each of those dimensional realities, right? So once you, as I stated, get into the fifth dimension, all that low vibrational hate, lust, greed, pride, envy, gluttony, whatever, all of the like they're pretty much non void. They don't exist because you can't ascend to higher dimensional realities without doing some shadow work, without doing some cleansing, without being and having a rebirth, which is your key or your access to higher vibrational dimensional realities. The vibrations that go on here does not exist on the higher planes. Only lower planes of existence, which is, like I said, pretty much third dimension, fourth dimension, which is not it's just fourth dimension like a pit stop. It's open space. You know what I'm saying? It's like a transition. It's like a transition house. And then you got the fifth dimension. And some negative oriented beings, you know, that's as high as they can get. It's the lowest lower tiers of the fifth dimension. But no. Like they said in Living Color back in the day, homie don't play that. Like, yes, big homie don't play that. Ain't nobody coming up in his house causing no chaos and confusion. Now, you want to play a game, you want to play pretend, you want to act like you forget and don't know that anything is real, that's fine. Go down there in 3D. That's where it's allowed. Free will. You can be as blind and as slow as you want to, and you will not be healed, and there won't be any love lost for you. But when you get to coming back, like you ready to come back home, and in this arena of awareness with the collective mind and the universal all and the oneness to reconnect with the one, all the one, and really get to understand that all is one, and you get to connect in with your source planet and your soul tribe and your ancestors and things along those lines, like you'll understand a lot clearer about this whole journey that we've been on. So just for the record, man, come on, it's time to wake up. We got to make it make sense. And I always ain't no listen, what I've learned in my journey with, I really hate using the word devil, right? Because it's really the energy, the energetic fields, the energetic frequencies of that's being emitted by said by said individuals or beings or collectives or whatever. It's just low vibrational, high vibrational. You want to call it dark and light, you want to call it left and right, you want to call it good and bad, you want to call it God and devil, but it's all about frequency. It's all you vibrating low or you vibrating high. That's what separates everything. It's your vibration count. creator of all, the one, infinite creator of all, is a chess player. Everything outside of that is checkers. That's it. It's impossible. Nobody can nobody can create an unforeseen situation and blindside the creator. Now, what the creator do you believe in? Because the one that I understand, what? Is that even a real conversation or a thought? Silly kids. But that's a big one. That's a big one that everybody down here stands on. Oh, there was a war in heaven and the devil was cast from heaven and he took the fallen angels with him and these was considered the fallen angels. No. Not at all. The angels, the fallen angels, are divine souls that came to experiment and got caught in a trap, so to speak. And it's been a long time coming for this awakening. That was the whole purpose of Yeshua coming when he came, was to plant the seed for the Christic consciousness, which is in full effect, spreading all over the world today. But he came to plant the seed because the world wasn't ready yet. And now that seed that he planted is in full manifestation mode. Like it's reaping the fruits of his labor. So that's all I wanted to say for right now. Like I said, there was no literal, that's impossible. Do you know what that would say about the creator? If you honestly thought about it, like, yeah, hey guys, we up here, we just chilling, and I just decide one day, you know what? I don't think I like you. What? Where did that come from? See, we gotta understand now. That thought, I don't like you, or I don't like this, or I don't like that, or I have an issue with, where would that come from? With the divine, there's only love and light. There's no, like, what is that? Like fear doesn't exist except here. Fear doesn't exist with the divine. Fear is not of God. Fear is man-made. It's the third dimensional, fourth dimensional, lower fifth dimensional energy that can manifest there. But anything else, it's not. Fear, what is that? Like, where they do that at? Do you think that the angels in heaven, the angel, whatever you want to consider to be the divine, do you think that they ever have moments where they over there shaking in their boots? Oh, I'm kind of scared, God. I don't, I just feel kind of shaky about this. Like, no. We the most confident beings you will ever have an opportunity to understand. There's no fear. Fear of what? Because when the illusion is over, the only thing that's real is love. And that's God. There's no fear. There's no hate. There's no anger. These are temporary things while we're going to school. The war in heaven was the fall of consciousness. So that's all I got for that. Feel free, any questions, we can go further or whatever, and may peace be unto you.